from the beginning, getting to UCC, coming to UCC, the journey from level 100 to 400, and the excitement, about it so far. So you can also join me 0275144949 on WhatsApp or via SMS, and let's just talk. So, Prince Benjamin, Razor, and Dorcas, good evening, lady and gentlemen. You're welcome to the show.
Good evening. Thank you.
I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all good.
Yeah, we good.
Sure.
Yeah. So let's start from home with the only lady, and Dorcas. Finally, you're done.
Yes, finally. Thursday. I thought Thursday would never come, but when it came, the kind of excitement I had, it was indescribable, and I'm very grateful to God for seeing me through level 100. It hasn't been easy. At Kamekroma Hall, rise to level 400. The most difficult of the times was in level 400, because by then it was as if you wanted to just quit, but you realize how far you have come. You need to complete it. And what I have learned is that whatever you start, you make sure you finish it. It's very important, because a lot of people had dropped out, but you need to finish, and that's what God made us do.
That's a very good one, Prince. How's the journey been for you coming to UCC and finally becoming a graduate of the university?
Okay, thank you for the question. As my sister said, the journey has been a little bit, it's good, bad, and ugly, but we thank God that at the end of the day, we're able to go through the process, University of Competitive Choice, and most of the times when you are in the house and you are questioning about the school you went and a whole lot of things, and you are trying to tell them UCC a whole lot of things, that prestige that comes with it. So I graduated yesterday, and posting my page on social media, and everybody's like, Charlie, wow, you are the main dude. So I think it's a whole lot of great excitement. Yeah.
I can see that. I can feel the excitement in your talk as you're giving us this, telling us how you're feeling. Benjamin.
Yeah.
How far?
Oh, cool. Wearing the gown alone was like a memorable day for me. Like, it was really cool and all that, and then it's a mixed feeling as well, because you're leaving school, you're leaving your friends behind and all that. You don't know when you're going to meet them again. But with the books, it's not a mixed feeling. Finally, I'm done with the books and all that.
No mixed feeling.
With the studies, the quizzes and all that, And then we came to level 100, like the dumb quizzes were still there and all that. So, like, it's over. It's over.
All you can say, it's over.
It's over. Yeah.
Razor, yesterday after graduation, what song did you sing?
Oh, I think yesterday the euphoria was massive. The family came around. I was so happy. It was yesterday that I actually realized I had completed the University of Cape Coast. It hasn't been easy at all, and everyone out there would attest to that fact. I think coming to UCC was a choice. And then
you decided to come to UCC.
Yes, going through the process was also a choice, but it hasn't been easy at all. I missed the many rumors about the school. I even heard we go for preps and all. So I felt it and I saw it, and then I thank God. Finally, I'm out. To sleep alone, to wake up, to no lecture is okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the going through school from level 100 to level 400. How was it like? Was there moments you felt like, no, I'm giving up, or you just had that feeling that since I've started, like Dorcas said, if you start something, you need to finish, and so you're just passing through, or you really wanted to make a meaning of your stay on campus?
Honestly speaking, I know a lot of people will be surprised. I entered the school, went for several lectures and all before I actually realized I was in school. When I actually had the self-actualization that I was going through the education process, it was late. Because when I came, the friends making 3 days into campus, I began this student politics, and also the school caught me somewhere late, level 200. That was when I realized I'm in the education system, and it was funny.
But it was great. It was great. It was great. I even the funny thing is, the first day I came to campus, I forgot my admission letter at home. And so when I came, it was the letter that they were using to do virtually everything, and I had left it at home. You can imagine. We had to call for them to bring it back because before the next, I think 2 days before I was able to register, and then we began the process through level 100. Level 100, the only lecture that I enjoyed was African Studies. I think that was the only thing that I felt was some burden. A lot of people are coming with these talks that it's not important to even read any African Studies course, especially for the sciences. But
it is very important. It is very important, and more so for me. I mean, for me that I read African Studies and majored in history and politics.
Wow.
It's a great thing for me. But listeners, let me apologize that we were supposed to talk to the overall president for the College of Education Studies. Sorry, College of Education Studies, Mr. Maivo Taitete. But unfortunately, due to a few challenges, we wouldn't be able to talk to him today, and so we'll definitely do that some other time. We apologize greatly for that, but we'll definitely go on with this and have so much fun. Your messages are coming in. Send that here, and we'll definitely read that. Dorcas, let me come back to you. Let's start from the beginning. After high school, which high school did you go to?
I attended Ahantaman Girls Senior High School.
Ahantaman Girls.
Yes, please.
Hey. So after Ahantaman and moving on, I mean, you chose UCC that you wanted to come to UCC.
I actually chose. My preference was Legon and KNUST. I liked that school, but my mom's preference was UCC, so she bought UCC forms without telling me. And when UCC was the first to come, so immediately it came. We were like, hey, am I going to wait for Legon? I was just so confused. So I decided to come to UCC because I loved the course, the program I was given to. So I came to UCC. I never thought I'll be here because I remember my mom is an alumni, and the way she used to suffer when she would come, I was like, I don't want to go through that. Little did I know that I will also pass through the same
system. But was that the situation? Talking about it being a stressful school and all of that, was that the situation?
It's quite stressful, academically stressful. It's like the system has been structured in a way such that you can't have enough time to do extra. And
I know a number of people who disagree with you on this.
Well, I'm talking from my experience. Per my experience, there are people who could give you a lot of assignments. You ask them why. They don't want you to go party or do this. So the time that you used to party, you'll be working on your assignments. And there are lots of, I had to do virtually 3 different project works. It wasn't a joke. Level 400 was so very stressful for me. But at the end of the day, I was able to sell through, and I give God the glory for that.
Yes. Prince, what part of your journey on UCC campus do you think, Charlie, now that's in over me?
Okay, actually, I think anytime I meet people, I tell them I started UCC from level 300.
Hey, yes. Why are you all starting UCC not from level 100?
That is
but
what I have been telling people.
Why?
I always tell them that level 100 and 200 was just a joke. And for some of us, our story is different. When I completed SHS at Konfanochi in Ashanti region. So after school, I couldn't come that same year. So I had to sit in the house for 2 years. So I came to school with a rusty mind. I came to lectures and people were answering questions. People were doing. I was like, hey, Charlie, are we part of the school? So I realized, and you see, when I came to school, my main target or my aim goal was to escape receipt. So anytime the results are in and I had D, I was like, oh, Charlie, I'm a cop.
Wow.
Yes, that was my story. So I never knew that in a 3-credit course or in a 2-credit or 1-credit, when you had a D, it was really a disaster. So, and in fact, when I came to level 100, I didn't understand these class issues and this whole lot of things. So I was like, wow. When I got to realize that getting D in a 3-credit was a whole lot of things. In fact, I started with a CGP of 1.9.
Which in level 100?
Below, but yes. I started with 1.9. So I realized that even 1.9 was something I was like, wow. So I started building up from level 300. That is where I really understood the school. I was like, I started, banging some A's and a whole lot of things. And I think, so level 100, 200, I think I even plan of quitting. going to another school because I decided to go to Legon initially when I was, buying the forms and a whole lot of things. I wanted to go to Legon, but I didn't get there. So I decided to go back again until I met some counselors and they were like, oh, this is how the journey was like for them. Some lecturers and they were like, oh, we all started like this and this and this and this and that. So somewhere, those were some of the things. So those were some of the things that motivated and encouraged us. But I would say from the scratch or from the beginning, the journey was bizarre. Yeah, that's what I would say.
That's quite an interesting one, and and I'm loving it already. And Benjamin, I mean, for you, what was the best part for you on your journey on UCC campus? The best part.
The best part will be the friends that I made on campus. Yeah, because these are people that you get to share your experiences with. Through the single numbers that you score in quizzes, through the 19 out of 20s that you score, coming to lectures and lectures, like kind of giving you unannounced quizzes and all that. You go back to the hostel, on your way to the hostel, you even start talking about it, insulting some lecturers to some extent and all that. So, like,
and you should do that. You shouldn't be doing that to your lecturers.
Some of them were really mafia. Let me put it that way. And then others too were really cool.
I mean, it just comes with it. Yeah.
Some lectures, you go to their lectures and then you feel comfortable. Others too, every day you have to, like, you're under pressure just to go there and all that. So it's the friends. Yeah, the friends and then the colleagues, the course mates and all that. Yeah. But, we give thanks to God for everything that He's done. Yeah.
Your messages are welcome, 0275144949, and there's a message that says congratulations to my votated fellow custodian and all BEd accounting graduates. Thank you very much for your message. I'll be reading all the others also very soon. But Reza, what would be your highest moment on campus?
On campus, I think there were several moments that moments that I felt indeed this is UCC.
Yeah,
I think that was during off campus. It was it was an awesome experience. You would see that I've gained weight, and it isn't because of national service. It was because of off campus practice. I mean, shout outs to all the education students out there. That's the practice that we went through. I mean, it gave us a lot of time to sleep, enjoy ourselves. I mean, a whole semester without quizzes alone was enough. I think it was the moment I felt like, okay, so a little break from the University of Cape Coast, and I mean, to relax and then also practice what we are here to learn. And so I think that was but there's a mutuality in what my brother said about the D's and all. It was it's funny.
I mean,
I mean, when you see the D and you are like, oh, okay. So then when my academic advisor was like, no, the D's are not good though. When you get the D's, this, I was like, oh, okay. That time was in somewhere level 300 before you began to understand. So a lot of these people listening to this program are very lucky, especially the level 100s who get to know that, oh, okay. Because when we came for level 100 orientation, they were like, oh, when the GPA is 4 point.
You all have 4.0 and you have to defend it.
I didn't understand that. And I mean, anything that has to do with calculation, I mean, just forget it. So
you couldn't calculate your GPA?
No. We didn't. I wasn't even looking at my portal. So level 300, I was like, wow. I mean, level 200. I was like, oh, okay. So this is this, and then okay. So if you actually study my system, it kept growing, as my brother said, as the time went on. And then, I mean, the off-campus experience it was massive. We did it there. So, I mean, the off-campus was my highest because the off-campus and then the project gave me a 4.0 GP, and I didn't anticipate that ever. That was my highest moment. I mean, yeah, don't go to lectures, don't write quizzes, but then get a 4.0. It's okay. So I think I was okay with that one.
Let me say a very big good evening going out to Jigbodi Jakpa from the Faculty of Law. She graduated with the CGP of 3.968, and my Votete graduated with 3.9. and a number of people. Congratulations to also Love and Wana. She bagged the first class there. And this message says, congratulations to Kwatin Jr., the best graduating student of history and best graduating student in African history from Joe. Congratulations to you, Kwatin Jr. But Dominic, Isaac Dessy, what's that one thing? And this is a question that you should all be thinking about. I'll get to you to get to your response. What are some of the things, maybe not one, but what are some of the things that UCC has taught you?
I mean, a lot. I also want to veer into the best moments on campus. I think mine is the internship that I had. Because when you go there and there's this kind of notion that the first day when you enter, they will ask about your school. And then you start to introduce yourself. Oh, I'm from Legon, I'm from Tech. And then you go to places where you only see 2 UCC students. At the moment you mention UCC, the entire staff will shout, wow. So to me, there's a responsibility on your shoulders to live up to that expectation. And I think when I went to some institution, for instance, they wanted someone who is good at access, when you're using a computer access to do some information. And then they called all of us, all the interns, they come around so that we ask if you know how to use access. And that time, I've been taught in UCC level 200 accounting and finance. If I become student, you have a computer application, accounting and finance, which Mr. Joshua taught us access and Excel. So they asked me, and I said I can use it. I said, wow, then that's why you are from UCC. So that one alone will give you that kind of edge and happiness that indeed whatever that you're teaching over here, when you go out there, there are a lot of institutions who respect the institution that you are coming from. For the others, I remember one lady from Technical University that is in Ghana, and one man said, these people, they will not come and do anything. Let her go. So you see that kind of notion that people do have about the industry. So me, for my best moment, at the moment that I spent in the institutions, that I had that wonderful experience, and that tag of coming from University of Cape Coast was something that I felt very proud of it, that indeed I didn't go to University of Ghana when I had the opportunity, but for me, coming to University of Cape Coast was the best decision ever. But UCC also taught me how to think outside the box, because for me, reading become accounting, mostly yours is an accounting. You go your calculations and everything, but then the UCC curriculum is designed in such a way that you also get ideas from. I read OAU, that's African Studies, for instance, and there's so many things I learned from it. Then sometimes when I meet my friends, I try to explain things to them in terms of IT. You are there in terms of business sense. You have to develop business plan for a business student. And now UCC is trying to inculcate the entrepreneurship to all the department, which is also part of it that is going to improve the student mindset and how to be independent. Okay, so for me, UCC has taught me a lot of things that when I step out there, is not only my debit and credit that we mostly say, but then what you're going to make an impact in somebody's life. So UCC has really trained me. So how to think outside the box and how to deal with pressure. Pressure. Oh, you meant to say pressure. Yeah, I understand the pressure. I understand the pressure to say pressure. Oh, yeah. How to deal with it. Because when you go to places, they will pile up the work for you, and then you'll be able to cope with it. So UCC is I'm really happy and proud alumni of University of Cape Coast.
Okay, fantastic one. The pressure. I know. Dorcas, yeah. You also what you've learned from the university.
I personally didn't understand why I was in UCC level 100, level 200. I was still not getting it, but learning level 300, what UCC taught me the most was the ability to not just work under pressure, but I can also reason under pressure and take effective decisions in that moment. So UCC has taught me to be able to be calm in the midst of chaos. UCC, my greatest lesson in UCC, the beautiful lesson I've learned was when I ran for elections with Nsedu and lost. It was such a beautiful experience.
You want to talk about elections, so I bring Reza in.
No. This is my own personal experience here. Okay. And it was very beautiful. I just didn't grow intellectually. I grew emotionally. I was able to, it helped improve my emotional intelligence. And I realized that in life, you can't just, a lot of things happen based on emotions. People try to downplay it, but it's not just intellect that gets you there. You should also have the emotional intelligence, and that is one thing that I have learned so much. I'm so grateful to UCC. Has broadened my horizon. UCC made me reason in the sense that, well, I'm a feminist, though. It made me reason in the sense that feminism isn't about attacking men, but loving them in a way of helping them achieve a greater Ghana. So I just love UCC, and it hasn't just been only books, but it has also added value to my life personally, and I'm grateful to God for that.
That's quite great. And Prince?
Okay, Dessy, UCC has taught me a lot of things, but one thing that outstands and outweighs is time management. That is one thing that UCC has really taught me. I'm really proud of it. And in my case, I was engaged in a whole lot of things. I was into business, selling of clothes on campus, and I was also a little bit into ministry, and I was also a student. So 3 in 1. So if you are not very tactful, you'll be weighed down, because ministry will be pulling you a little bit, business will be pulling you a little bit, and academics. So one of the things that UCC really taught me was how to manage my time, because when you wake up in the morning, you just don't move with people, walk to places or without any plan. You have to strategize that from this time to this time, this is where I'm going. From this time to this time, this is where I'm going. So I think time management is the utmost thing I can talk about as far as UCC is concerned.
Yeah, that's something that I'm sure that everybody would have probably learned from the University of Cape Coast. But Reza, Dorcas talked about elections. So through all those periods where you lost elections and a whole lot of issues about you and blah blah, how is that like? And what other things did it teach you?
I think having been involved in student politics right from the senior high school, where I was the school prefect, and then when I got on campus, as I told you, 3 days when I got on campus, I started campaigning for Dennis for SRC president. So you can imagine, I was just involved in this student activism, and I chose as my mantra raising standards. That's the reason why I got the name Raiser. Staring into aspiring to be what has given me a lot of exposure. It has taught me that in life the intellectual ability doesn't go alone, as my sister was saying. I think it opens you up to a lot of experiences. I'll talk about friendship. I built a family. I've been able to build a family on campus, not because of politics, but because of relationships, because I've grown to understand that out there, it isn't just who you know, it is who you know and who knows you. So then when I say, oh, Dessy asked me to see you, and he's like, who is Dessy? Dessy would be able to recommend me to Nanado. So I'll go to Nanado and I'll be like, Dessy asked me to see you, sir. And sir will be like, who is Dessy? But if sir is able to recognize, oh, Dessy, my boy, okay, then I fix you here, you understand? Students, politics, level 200, 300 when I decided to aspire for SRC president, and started campaigning and all. I told you the education caught me late level 200, so it was getting closer to that time that I began to understand that you're supposed to work on your grades, you're supposed to do that, and then I needed a particular grade to be fixed in, and a whole lot of issues, and the lecturer was outside and I had an IC, and nobody can wait for you. It's a process. But then the moment I would say it wasn't something to laugh about, but then it actually helped me move on. It actually gave me a sense of thought, a sense of responsibility, gave me a sense of connection. I mean, hadn't it been UCC and hadn't it been my involvement in these things, there are a lot of people today I couldn't reach, but today I walk to Accra and I'm here. I virtually can do a lot of things because of the University of Cape Coast and what I decided to do for myself. Currently I'm an aspirant for the National Service Personnel CCMA president, and then
so even after school you're even taking it out.
I understand. I mean, that is the spirit, not to give up, but then to keep pushing.
Okay.
So I think UCC, Charlie, if you are here, listen to this and then be motivated. Just move on. Believe in yourself and then never give up. It's gonna be worth it.
Fantastic one from Reza. It's 54 minutes after 80 on ATL FM 100.5. This is a week on the campus, and we are wrapping up in just about 5 minutes. So Benjamin, I'll take your lesson from UCC and also your shout outs. Anybody you want to appreciate who has helped you on campus quickly.
Okay. Okay, so my lesson will be time is everything. Your time here is everything, because right after matriculation, you just zoom into the quizzes and then the heavy assignments and all that. So in UCC, you just don't come here and then you wake up in the morning and you just go anywhere that you want to be. There is time for everything, and then after school, taking it out there and all that, it has really helped me to manage my time, be conscious of certain things here and there and all that. And also, I would like to say shout out to my friends, my roommate Richmond, my friends Justice, Eric, Abigail, Ben, they a whole lot. And my church members as well, Christian Divine Church Campus Ministry.
Great one, Isaac. Dessy, today, please keep the list quite short for me.
All right, so very good evening. He was my roommate in level 100. So Benjamin was my roommate. I want to say thank you to all my friends, Malachi, Labi, Richard, Abuko, all the guys in Become Accountant class. Charlie, good evening to you and congratulations to everyone.
Dorcas.
So I'll say shout out to all Geography and Regional Planning graduates, and also the best students for Geography and Regional Planning. Akwesi Boateng, shout out to you. Shout out to my roommates and my twinnie Bernard. Shout out to Sele. All those I know. Just shout out to you all.
Prince.
Okay, I'll say a big shout out to my uncle who is in London, Uncle Bodu. I think he has been my financial backbone as far as my journey in UCC is concerned. Shout outs to my mom, my dad, and shout outs to all education students. Thank you.
Okay, and finally from Razor.
I would say shout outs to all education students, shout outs to basic education students, shout out to my entire team, the Team Razor fraternity, shout out to all my friends. I have my roommate here, Tyson Foster Carter, is in the building with me, Kofi Tupac, Rap Cyber. Shout out to Ansu Jansamo, who was my campaign manager. Shout out to Dennis Apia Labi, my motivation. Nane Sisaki, Claudia. I mean, a whole lot. The list is just long. If you are part of me, if you are my friend, Charlie, God bless you for being there. You've been my motivation. Shout outs.
All right, thank you very much, guys, for joining us. Let me read the message and we wrap up here. This one says, please, good evening. I'm Danso Ephraim from Pedu. I'm enjoying your show. I thank God for all those sharing your experiences with us. We, the incoming students, okay, your experiences with us, those of us here, the current students, please keep it up. Okay, thank you very much, Ephraim. This one says, God bless you guys for this program. Words and experiences from Razor and his colleagues must be heard to give us hope. Thanks for the hope and encouragement. Nana from Ogwa. And I'll read the others also that are coming in to make way for Student Parliament on Radio. And this one says, congratulations, Razor, you're a hero and I admire you a lot. Never give up. Okay, from Abigail from SRCO. And congratulations to Isaac, Junior Quatin, T.A. Bright, T.A. Fia, Alampine, Sister Nancy, Crystal Love, and all graduates. Thank you very much for your message, Abigail. So this will wrap up the show for today. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you, our listeners, also for joining us. Let's be same time next week, Saturday from 7:30 to 9 p.m. It's been great having you here. And let me say congratulations to